Alright guys, today I'm reviewing Dead Space. I know the game's been out for a while, but I finally had an opportunity to play it, and I have to say overall it was a pretty darn good game. Gameplay-wise, it was very fluid, the button commands were done nicely, everything felt pretty natural on the controller end. The weaponry in the game was pretty nice, 7 or 8 different kinds of guns, with all of them having a secondary firing mechanism, which, you know, added a lot to it, didn't make killing so tedious. And that's pretty important with a game like this where you're just constantly killing things. As far as the voiceovers go, they were done very well. They sounded very, you know, professionally done. They took a lot of time with it, and it shows. As far as the monsters go, sorry if I'm ruining that for anybody who hasn't played the game. Basically, all you're doing is killing monsters, people who have come back from the dead. There's about 10 different types, excluding bosses, that all do different kind of things, and you have a different way of trying to kill them. The same premise holds true for the game that you learn very early on, is that you cannot shoot them in the head. I mean, you can, but you'll waste ammo. The main thing that you want to do is sever limbs, the legs and the arms. And they get pretty creative with some of these monsters on how you have to go about severing them and how many limbs they actually have. And if you ever play the game, you know, which I hope you do, you'll see what I'm talking about. As far as boss fights go, they were kind of easy once you really kind of got the feel for it. I mean, I guess you could say that with any game, but I believe there's only 3, but they were very nicely done. You did actually kind of get that whole epic feeling of this is a boss. It's not just, you know, some filler thrown in there. It was very well done. The last boss fight was very epic, I guess is the best word to use. It was very, very well done. And required some skill, you know, but don't think that if you've never played a video game before that, you know, you couldn't beat it. You easily could if you just, you know, pick the easiest difficulty. As far as graphics go, the game looks absolutely gorgeous. I would highly suggest playing this on an LCD TV or a plasma. I've tried playing it on a older television, and it's not impossible, but you really can't appreciate the game unless you're playing it on a newer television. It really makes a huge difference doing the HD. As far as the story goes, it was pretty good. There were a lot of twists in there that made the game enjoyable. It really kind of changed the way you were playing and how you thought about the certain characters that were there. You know, can I trust these individuals? You know, well, what are they doing? You know, now why are they helping me? You know, what are their motives? And it was pretty good. It was a very good story. It was very well written. I guess the one downside I would have to say to the game is that throughout the whole time you keep getting objectives to fetch things or fix things on the ship where the game takes place, and they do add I believe there's 12 chapters, 11 of them being on the ship, and you do revisit different areas, but you go to different areas inside of that area, different places that you weren't able to go the first time you visited, and there's also new things to get, things that just weren't available to you or were locked and that now you have access to. So it's pretty good about trying to, you know, make it not feel like you've already done this before, but every once in a while you will get that sense of, damn, I'm doing the exact same thing I just did. But overall, I'd give the game a 9 out of 10. Very well done. If you haven't played the game, I highly suggest going out and getting it. It's not that expensive anymore. I think it's around $35, maybe $40 at the most. Try and buy it used if you don't mind. It's a great game. I'd definitely suggest picking it up. I'm a big horror fan, and I was pleasantly surprised with the game. And they are planning on doing a second one, so if you plan on playing that one, pick this one up, just so you can know the story and everything behind it, because it's very beautifully done. So, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you next time.